I guess since I was a little kid I've always looked to the sky. Always seemed to be the place for me. Such an amazing achievement for man to achieve flight. Always wanted to get involved. I worked really hard to get my pilot's license. It was one of the biggest achievements of my lifetime. Well, when I say I worked hard, I guess it wasn't really work. I could have stayed up there all day, all night, just floating through space, above the clouds, below the clouds, hovering over everyone. You can see the whole world from up there. You can see everything. People are smaller than ants. They're microscopic, unimportant, insignificant. Makes you feel so liberated, so powerful, so free. Yeah, I love my family, much as the next guy, I guess. But we have our problems. The other week I invited my brother around for dinner, cooked him a nice meal. He just had this look in his eye. I felt this surge of anger. I just looked at him and I said, "What's it like to be a fucking failure?" And I kicked him in the fucking balls, told him to shut the fuck up. Haven't seen him since then. Did I tell you I've got a niece now? Yeah. My sister's managed to have herself a baby. Amazing. Sometimes when I'm asleep I think about bathing her and pushing her head under the water and waiting till she stops moving. But then I realise how much I love her, and the thought goes away. I'd never do it. I've had a lot of girlfriends, a lot of relationships, I guess. A few that were very special to me. Here's Mildred. She was an amazing woman. Amazing. Just a brilliant person. We had great times together. Went to the zoo. We used to always go to the photo booth. It was great. She died at the age of 87. Some sort of liver problem. As soon as she got sick, I couldn't stand to go and visit her in the hospital. So, everyone handles things in their own way, I guess. Man's got to have his hobbies though. Sometimes I'll go to the library. I love books. I like to reorganise them on the shelves. Sometimes I'll go through the entire crime section and pull out the last 20 pages of every book. I don't read much myself, but I do enjoy the atmosphere of the library. I always say you can tell a man's stature by his hobbies and his commitment to them. I've certainly been committed to mine. 3 days a week. For 3 years I've been working on this one tree, keeping up with its progress, watching the leaves fall off one by one. A little bit more poison every day. Eventually, I suppose, the whole thing will fall down, but it's amazing how resilient they are. Sometimes I scope new projects, sometimes I work on old ones. Just depends on the day. It's a good hobby though. Can highly recommend it. Like my movies. More interested in probably historical documentary style stuff than your traditional Hollywood narratives. We've all got our favourites. There's a great little movie that I watch pretty often called Executions. It's an expose on the way executions were carried out, different phases it went through in history. It's a terrific little movie. Can't get enough of it. Sometimes I walk the city and I just get angry. I don't know what comes over me. I see the homeless and the poor, and it just hits me. Yeah, the scourge of society, the absolute lowest of lows, pisses me off. I can't stand them. Can't stand them. Can't stand the constant reminder of just how fucked up this world really is. Yeah, this guy wasn't happy. Got him a good one. Here's Maxie. Favourite creature in the whole world. Found him abandoned, alone, whining in the street. Took him in, gave him a tank of his own. I feed him intravenously through a series of tubes. I learned how to set that up in an old nursing book my mum had. He loves it. He loves it. Oh, he's a good dog. I love him. I do have my lonely times, like anyone. Don't always have someone in your life. Sometimes I'll hire a prostitute and reverse roles with her. Makes me feel so sexy to explore the feminine side of myself. I think Daisy actually really likes exploring her own masculine side as well. And then I'll have her paddle me until all hours of the night. Can't get enough. I had a mate who died of cancer well before his time. He's buried in Box Hill Cemetery, and I don't know what it is that keeps bringing me back there. But look at that. It's a little bit embarrassing. I'm so unfit. I've got to start working out. Then I'll just leave him on a main road somewhere and let the police discover him and work out where he came from. He always finds his way back into the ground. Sometimes I get the impression that people are looking at me. Looking at me in an odd way. Sometimes I feel like just getting a knife and cutting their fucking eyes out. They can't look at me like that anymore. I'd never do it, of course, but sometimes I dream about doing it. I always wake up happy. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like. What if I were to just get up there with a plane full of people, light the fuses, like a teenager's birthday cake, watch them wear down, make a final announcement on the intercom. Excuse me, passengers. Please return your seat to the upright position. Fasten your seatbelts. And then right there, up there in the air, together, we'd all just go